Hey everyone, here in this video we're going to check out another Autodesk certified user for Fusion 360 exam objective, and within this video we're going to check out the Sculpt category, and specifically we're going to take a look at editing a form. So with that, we're going to go ahead and move into Fusion, and I'm going to go ahead and go into Create, and we're going to create a form to start off with. Now, as far as how deep we get into the sculpting in kind of environment or creating forms, really what we can take a look at is here. I'm going to look at creating just a box and selecting what plane I'd like it to be on, and go ahead and create some sort of form here. I'm just going to go ahead and use all the default settings here. But really, when we go into editing a form, if I go to modify and edit form, there are a lot of options that we can play with and be able to change and edit the form into various selections. So here you can see there's a vertex selection, an edge selection, face, all, so which is all is by default, or by the entire body so that it's created. So, and then there's obviously coordinate spaces that you can choose from, and a transform mode, translation, rotation, or scaling. So I would just get familiar with, for example, I'm going to have it set to all. Let's choose this face. Right now it says multi, so we can go through, and really what this is just like, if we just want translational pieces, you'll see it shuts off some of the options. If we just want rotational pieces, then that'll go through and allow us to bend and edit the form like you're seeing here on the screen. And if you just want a scaling option, you can do the same thing. You can either make the face smaller or larger, anything as such. So I'm going to go ahead and Control Z to bring that back. So if you choose the multi, that's going to do all of them at once. So you can see this will give you a lot of different options. This just kind of goes through and separates out what kind of movements or modifications you wish to make. The coordinate space, looking at view space or any of those, so you'll be able to see what kind of view or what kind of option you have. By default it has the world space. So those are the kinds of things there. So really not a whole lot. This menu looks kind of one of those things that looks like there's a lot to it, but not really a whole lot. And so really you just need to be familiar with, like, how do I go through, do I make a rotation onto a face? And I think the main thing is knowing the difference between a face and then what would be, for example, an edge. So here on an edge, we're only selecting an edge, and how that we can go through and transform and change just some of those. And then a vertex, again, it will open up. You'll notice all these points of where the faces meet. So if I want to edit a vertex, I can do that and offset it by a certain distance. That allows me to go through and change a lot of the options. So becoming kind of familiar with this editing the form is really the only thing that we really have to worry about. And again, just playing around with some of those options, and again, don't have to be real deep. So under the modification, you'll see there's a lot of different kind of also modify or edit tools. So the good thing is that in some cases I've seen on the ACU exam, they will go through and ask for, like, what do some of the commands do? So here you can see just from the tooltips, when Fusion 360 is open on your computer, it will go through and explain a lot of those as well. So you and your students will be able to kind of see that, but also test out just some of them. I wouldn't test out all of them, but just go through and become familiar with where these are located, and maybe where, using the tooltips in the menus to kind of help you with some of those. So, all right, so that it completes the editing a form kind of refresh, or kind of, what to look for video for the ACU exam. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to email me or contact me. And good luck preparing for the Autodesk Certified User exam, and check out the next video where we're going to take a look at how to thicken a form, so then that way it can be used as a solid.